So we had, of course, Lisa West, who will be introducing herself soon. We also have Miss Janet.
Hey.
And we have Lisa B.
Hello.
So, ladies, introduce yourselves, and let's get this going.
Well, as you said, I'm Lisa West, part of Reggae Mania from, I don't know, 19 how long? Years and years, which, as you know, Bust the Dance, Ron Nelson, and I've done a lot of other things in the business on the down low kind of thing, so been around for a while.
I'm Janet Millington, and I'm Linden Management, Peas and Rice, Sexy Janet, J Love, all that you want to know. Basically, I am a consumer of dancehall, and I then took it to the next level where I said, you know what, I want to be on the radio. So I was part of a team on the Radio Dub Plate Show, big up to my brother Richard Banton, 105.5 for about 5 years, where I hosted, produced, and also just made a lot of trouble on the radio. So the name that Richard gave me was Sexy Janet, because one day he saw me in a pair of jeans. Sexy Janet. Saw me in a pair of jeans and said, Jay, you look good in those jeans. And the name stuck. So in terms of dancehall, in terms of women, I always saw that as a proud moment when I would go to dance and people would say, I know that voice, that's Sexy Janet. But they would also see a person that was intelligent, smart, always giving the men trouble in terms of, you know, bringing a kind of intelligent perspective to the dance hall. So I left the radio and went on to found my own company called Linden Management. We do publicity and we do event management. And just been doing that, working with different artists in Canada and abroad and doing events and just trying to stay current. And I'm really proud to be here with all these beautiful ladies.
Hey,
Lisa B.
Hi, I'm Lisa B. And dancehall, like I tell everybody, it's a way of life. It's not, it's a lived experience. It's a way of life. It's something that you kind of get into. And I used to go to a dance when I was like 12 years old. I used to remember opening and closing Epiphany's dance floor. So I was always going out dancing. Like I've been dancing in Canada for like 30 plus years. Don't mind the age. And but in all honesty, no, you know, it's like when I looked and I saw everybody, the females would come in. They would either come in skinning out or it was somebody's girlfriend. It wasn't anybody doing business, and all the men around would be doing stuff. And to me, it looked incredible. I've always liked art, and so camera and pictures was something that I like that. I want to do what those guys are doing. So I kind of begged somebody for a camera, Eddie Grant. You guys know him.
Big up Eddie Grant.
I bought up Eddie, bought him up, not big, more like bought him up, and got a camera. The first picture I ever took, Eddie got it published in the Star for me, and that was it. From then I was hooked. And I like going into dance and taking pictures. I was a little bit behind because I would clean pictures and bring them back the next day or 2 days. I'd lose a lot of business till I got on the tip of the Instamatic, and then I got caught up with the men. You know, but it really felt good being able to, I don't want to say compete, but be standing par and par, neck and neck with the guys, because when they went into work, they were making money.
Yes.
We were going as females, we were going to skin out, party, we were their attraction.
Yes.
So I want to go into dance now and say, okay, well, if they can make money off of me, you know, as a party goer, why can't I make money too?
I like that.
You know what I mean? So when I got my camera, I went in, I took pictures, and I have to say I've been extremely blessed because some opportunities come my way. I mean, from dancehall pictures, I stood at the feet of Nelson Mandela when he came here. You know, Jesse Jackson downtown.
Wow.
Desmond Tutu. I mean, I have pictures of all kind of people, and if it wasn't because of my dancehall experience, you know, being able to take pictures, I don't think I'd ever have had that opportunity. So I have to be forever grateful. People look down on dancehall, but if you do what we've done and take dancehall outside of, it's all about, you know, and to the business aspect of it, you do well. You know?
That's right. And for Lisa, you didn't even elaborate on your, you know, dancehall experience. Yes, we know you're on Radio Mania. We know we've seen you at several dances. But what happened? Like, Janet, Lisa, we need more from you. Come on.
You know, and that's always how I've been. I've always been one to believe that there are many, many facets of success in dancehall. But I love what you said. It's so real, and there's always a spot for everyone. My spot has always been by choice, and this is the important thing, to be the foundation and the behind-the-scenes strength of what I call the movement, what I call our culture. So when I got into dancehall, Lisa just reminded me of something. I used to sneak out, because I'm here from Saga, go up to Jungle, and I remember all the basement dances, like I'd been Digital Sound and Black Supreme, and so I'd be all of those. So I'd be sneaking out in the basement, you know what I mean? The basement dance, all molten, and then you know what? That's where my friendship started. So we'd go from high school and we'd do the sneak out thing, we'd link up with the other people, and then we ended up going to university and stuff like that. And we said, you know what? We're still at a dance hall. It's something that, as you said, you get in, you're drawn in, and you don't leave it. So I created a niche for myself. Because as women, if we wait to create a niche, forget about it. If you're not skinning out in the dance hall, there's someone's girl, there's someone's mate, you forget about it. So I started off actually from my roots. I give a lot of my my credit to my father, actually, who was a DJ in Barbados, left Barbados, went to Trinidad. And he started a pan side in Barbados when he came back, but he was always into music. So all my life, I've had music. Now you're thinking a calypso house, a Bajan kind of Trini background, but predominantly Bajan. What am I hearing reggae music for? But because of my father, who used to play, they had a music called spooge. I don't know, or spooge. And ska and mento and stuff like that. And then when Bob Marley and those guys came around, he used to play that. So I used to hear this music, and it's like a rhythm that just kind
vibrant
of,
and lively.
you know, it brought life. There's always, I've got a spiritual connection to the bass and the drum and bass and then the lyrical component of that. So then back to the dance house, I used to go and sneak out and go to the dances and stuff like that. And I said, you know what, I love this scene. But at the time, hip-hop was big. I was always in Brooklyn. But I'd gravitate towards one of the people that is like my uncle, not biologically, but if you go to Bedford Avenue, go to Don Juan's studio and they say, who's Lisa West? They say, that's my niece. I used to hang out in the dance hall in New York, believe it or not, Flatbush. Okay, Ocean Avenue, the 90s.
Get a girl.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
But
I used to be that, and you know, I used to be that wallflower, just, you know, were you there? You were there, I saw you. Where were you? Standing in the back, but I'd just be taken with the movement and the music, you know what I mean? So I started writing, believe it or not, because I've always been a word junkie. It's probably why I'm also in education. From when I was little, I used to read the dictionary, and people used to think that was funny, but then I'd use the dictionary and make rhymes and make words, so naturally hip-hop became something that was great. But then when I looked into writing, and I said, wait a minute, this hip-hop thing, it started from Jamaica. Because remember, the sound systems went to Boogie Down Bronx, Brooklyn, big up Cool Herc, and it started again a movement. And so I got into that from writing, and I moved from hip-hop because I said, you know what, I like the reggae thing. So I used to write for my Check magazine. No, that was later. It was actually...
It's your time.
It's your time. And in Montreal one, I can't remember, but that was what really buzzed me out in writing. And again, everything that I was doing, especially in New York, and all of the hip-hop, it goes right back to that place.
It's true.
Jamaica and reggae music. And I said, you know what, let me dabble in that. And that's how it started. I started meeting a lot of artists who were hooked up with hip-hop people, and I met Jeremy Harding. And he used to go to school here, and he used to go to school with John Bronstein, and he knew Ron. Right? And then they had a little uptowner that was trying to make a move and do some things up here that Jeremy Harding managed. Now you know Miss Shopball. Right? So back in the days when he was doing his videos and stuff like that, I would set up interviews and stuff like that, and I'd freelance for Much Music and make sure dancehall people were on it. That's how I got to meet good friends for life, Jackie Juicy and all the Madhouse crew, Janet Millington, and they had a little alliance. And that was Wayne Wonder.
I remember when he first came here, man. I remember when he first came here.
So are you one of the reasons why dancehall or got on much
media?
Because
I befriended Master T. At various, because again, remember I was into the literacy thing. So anytime there was dancehall conferences and stuff like that, I'd be there. So we made a connection, and then again, a woman behind the scenes who was producing. I said to her, you know what, I can get you all these videos and stuff like that. And so I used to be able to go and take them into the library and say, you know, do whatever you have to do with them.
A story about that. I remember writing a proposal. I actually had a friend of mine, because writing is not one of my strong points, but I had the idea, and this was like in the early, like I'd probably say 1990, 79, 19, yeah. I had Paul Cafali.
Yes.
I had Paul Cafali. I said, Paul, I have this idea. I want to see reggae on TV. So Paul wrote me a proposal. We sent it to Much Music.
Wow.
And it was sent back. Master T said, we do not have enough reggae content
videos,
to do
yeah.
videos, to do a half an hour show.
Wow.
A half an hour show, Lisa.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they told me back then. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I just sat on it because I had nowhere else to turn, because I thought, man, if he can't do it for me, who can do it for me?
And here's the thing, it's always that missing link. So
Right.
I always saw myself as the connector. And because I really loved the music, I didn't care that you didn't see Lisa's name in lights. And that's what attracted me actually to the radio. Because I'm actually a shy person, as in with regards to, stuff like that. That's why when you saw pictures, you never saw me.
Right.
Or you never hear the sound. Lisa singing. Because for some reason, I'd be, oh my gosh, you'd be mortified. Until I, again, go back to my house and getting music out there in Canada and on the radio and record pools and things like that. You know, name left behind, get the music out there. But then we started a thing that was in New York. Again, this goes back to JJ, Jackie Juicy, and got to big up JamaicanMusic.com for that. They're going on and surpassing.
You see how Lisa said drop your names?
You know what?
What made
Here's
Lisa?
the thing. I've always been a connector. But here, you know what?
I have a drink to that.
This
That's
is it. Drink to that. I
Cheers.
drop
Cheers.
names. And you know why I can drop names? Because I can. Because I can. And this is another woman that's doing things. You know what I mean? But that's what I've been doing. I've been the little person that connects the dots.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to be back, of course, with the messages from our sponsors.
Our sponsors?
Yeah,
yes,
sponsors.
you know,
We
we're
are
big
looking
bulk
for
now. We
sponsors,
got
you know.
sponsors, but we're
Well,
looking for
hey,
more.
we're looking for more. So a little message from them, and we'll be back. We're going to dig into the dancehall scene more with Lisa, Miss Janet, and of course Lisa B, Lisa West, Lisa B. Oh my gosh, we got two Lisas tonight.
Enough Lisa
So
to
we'll
go.
be right back.
Powerful
The industry,
name.
ieTV.
G&G Beauty Supply and Salon, located at 2982 Lakeshore Boulevard. Check us out for your beauty supply needs: cuts, shampoo, coloring, texturizing, and we carry an extensive line of products, wigs, and extensions. Find the look that's right for you and your lifestyle. Contact us at 416-850-7440 or look us up online, G&G Beauty Supply and Salon.
Welcome back to the industry. Of course, we're still here on the couch with the ladies of dancehall. Yes, we're proud to be.
Yes.
So right now we're getting to the point. Lisa, what was your experience in dancehall? Your first experience in dancehall?
Again, it was sneaking out and getting a bus tail when I get home. It was all worth it because, again, it was that like I said to Lisa the other day when I saw the pictures, and dancehall is when you just make up words.
Yes.
So it was photorealistic.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like.
She made up 2 new words up my
there you go,
exhibition.
and it was some of them I can't even remember. But it was like, again, there's something about that drum and bass and the freedom that you can
do
wear
whatever.
anything. And in society, it would look anti-society, but we were one crew that accepted us the way we were.
And we understood each other.
You know, if your hair was standing up, that was the style.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if people didn't understand it. We understood. We didn't care. We were rebels, and it was
We had a cause, though.
revolutionary.
We had a cause. We had a cause.
Yeah,
Because
music.
dancehall set like real trendsetters, right? You come into dance, like you said, somebody can come in, like, look at my boots. This is, I went to Jamaica, and you remember
You wore those in Jamaica?
No, I saw a girl in these in Jamaica
Right. I
in the 90s.
remember.
I saw a girl in these in the 90s.
Lisa Hype, I believe it was.
No, it was a bigger,
Yeah.
it was a Tickas girl.
Oh, no. I didn't see that one. Pick up the director.
Pick up
Pick
the
Director.
I saw a young girl in Jamaica, like with boots like this, like Jamaica, not even Jamaica, just dancehall on the whole, trend setting.
Yes.
You might go in there, the first style, like when it first started off, you'd see TV stuff and then you see them dance.
Yeah.
But now you see stuff in dance and then you see it
Yeah,
on TV.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
That's
Like the evolution, it's gone like 360. Dancehall is setting the trend. Like when I'm watching TV and I'm seeing Beyonce, Dirty Wine, and I'm saying, I'm Super Bowl. For Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
And
then
they go after Junior Kelly, One Blood. They go after what's the next? There's so much crossovers. That every hip hop artist, like you say, reggae is foundation. Yeah, that's where I started off too, right? Hip hop, taking pictures downtown. There you go. But honestly, they weren't as vibrant as the dancehall culture. When you go in dancehall,
it's real.
Excitement.
It is so real.
But I think it's in terms of when we first started going to dance, I think that it was more of an innocent time, even though there were a lot of non-innocent things happening around us. And people, I always have to bring up the balance in that even though there was something, there's a picture in the evolution of dancehall. My good friend Lisa B's exciting and amazing exhibit is happening in Toronto right now.
It finishes, it finishes on the 16th, so 2 more days.
Yes.
2 more days.
And there's just an amazing picture of something that was tragic in the dance hall. And it's tragic and negative, but at one point, a friend and I were talking about how it kind of evokes so much emotion in terms of dance hall and because remember, reggae and dancehall are 2 different things. That's true. So reggae is an evolution. Reggae is the father, and dancehall is the often petulant child. Often petulant. Petulant, very rebellious. They don't want to listen. But we saw, and oftentimes there's a lot of negative stereotypes associated with dancehall, the people and the environment. But we saw a really touching picture where there was a sister there. I don't want to give away the picture, but it invokes so much emotion, love, respect, and honor, especially even around. It's a very disturbing picture, but again, it evokes so much emotion. You have to see this picture to understand what real dancehall is. It is about love. I mean, we've had many people in the dancehall who have passed away, and you will hear big ups on the mic. There has been the AIDS epidemic has affected the dancehall in Canada with people who have died of AIDS, and there was a movement for people to get educated in dancehall, where people from the dancehall took that information.
Gangster was one of the first people that Yvonne Gangster
took it, partnered with community agencies and wanted to bring it to an often maligned and often underground community. So we have people in dancehall who have made real great strides. We have people in dancehall who have protected women in the dance. You know, oftentimes there's things that may have happened, and you'll see people like Ramsey. You know, Mr. Ramsey being here from the time, still here.
Farm dance,
farm dance. You don't have to be. If you lose your keys or you need a ride home, or these gentlemen, these are kind of gentlemen in the dance. They will not see women be in distress. So my experience has always been a lot of good things in the dance, because bottom line is I know that I have the same experience with you. My parents, I'm bicultural. My father is Jamaican, God rest his soul. My mother is Trinidadian. And I've had both cultures are very, very strong, but I've always gravitated to reggae. And I remember my dad, again, he also being one of the people to promote and get the instilling dancehall and reggae into me as a love, because we used to play 45s and LPs on a Sunday, where my dad used to come down. My dad used to come downstairs and hear us playing Bob Marley. He used to lie, he used to smile, because I guess you see the culture. You know, you're in Canada, in cold Canada, in the middle of winter, and he's always talking about Jamaica, and me and my brother, we're sitting there listening to Bob Marley, and we're loving it. So, bottom line is, dancehall to me, when I think of dancehall, I think of love, and I think of my family. And I just think of just warm feelings, a lot of good friends, and a lot of fun. And when I go dance, people know me. Like, I like to dance.
You go to have fun.
I go to have fun. I go to have fun. I have a lot of fun.
You have a lot of fun.
My dancehall has changed.
Nothing has changed.
No, it does. But you know what? When we were in dance, I didn't need, I know we did, it's a dance, it's fun. I just find nowadays, there's a lot of people just waiting for the dance to start.
Right. Before they start, it's like instead of being the trendsetter, they're waiting for somebody else, or is that person looking at me, or is
it's too much tension. It's too much tension in dance now, because I like to mention some stuff that you did, in terms of protection, because negative things have happened to me in dance, but it's not the fraternity. It's not the people that go to dance that attacked or assaulted me, right? It's always well, not always, I should say the one time that I got attacked in dance, it was somebody from the outside that came in that did not know any better and did what they did. Because, like, there's several clubs. There have been 2 real established black clubs over the years. And remember, some things used to happen negatively. Like you'd be inside the club here, oh, I want to get robbed, or somebody else, something bad happened outside. I'd be coming in because, you know, couldn't come there, probably like 12 o'clock was prime time for a camera person to come. And I'm walking through certain ends and I'd hear a man say, "Hit your lady," in the dark. And I'm like, yeah, big up, what, how you doing? And I'm walking, yeah man, you're cool, you're good, you know, and I'd go inside and then 2 minutes later somebody come back outside and says, "We just get robbed outside." I just passed through those same people.
But we have to remember that dance hall, like those people that do that, it's not dance hall people. These are people that are born here in Canada.
No. Some of them, I'm just saying to you, some of them were dance hall. Right. But the love and the respect that they showed for their fraternity, like, they're not going to come at me. Yeah. They're going to come at somebody that else. That's not right.
But the point being that most of these crimes that have been committed, like directed, oh, it's a Jamaican or it's a dance hall, we got to keep in mind, we have to put it out there. It's not the Jamaicans, it's not the Trinidadians, it's not the Islanders, it's not the Africans. I have to put myself Canadian born that's doing that. So with that being said, we're going to come back, of course, with more messages from our sponsors, and also we're going to show you a clip from the real what should I say, the panel discussion?
Yes, from the evolution of dance.
Okay. Janet
that was the facilitator, Janet.
Yes, she was. So we're going to show a little clip of that also when we come back, and we're going to discuss the violence in the dance hall and how we, the ladies, feel about this. True, we're having so much fun on this set. Like, I don't even know. You can't tell right now. It's true. I'm glad they just second that motion, but we're going to show you a little bit of the clip. The clip, right?
The clip from the evolution of dancehall. We had the panel discussion, and it was on DJs and promoters, and it was held on the February the 2nd down at 4th Eye Gallery, where my solo exhibition is showing.
I'm on the wall, guys. I'm on the wall.
Amazing exhibition.
I'm on the wall, too. Yes.
She's in the wall. I actually found one of Lisa, and I don't want to say it was Bogle. It was Lisa and somebody, but I wasn't able to use it. But I tell you, Lisa, and I tell you, Janet, if I given the opportunity, I can do like that exhibition 10 times over.
It. For real, I believe it.
Right? But I just need the right space.
Yes.
Because I was only supposed to have 30 pictures there.
Yeah. Yes.
And I ended up putting 38 because I couldn't edit.
Wow.
And even with the 38, I'm not even sure if those were the 38s, but they worked for that. But the
please. Nikki Hype, aka The Right Type, host of dancehall and also the internet talk show, hairstylist, salon Janice. What else do you need to know?
Well, knowing that you were picked, especially for this event, you know, Fashion Over Style, for the first exhibition of dancehall, how do you feel how did you feel personally when you were called to be a part of this event?
I didn't even know the volume of the whole art gallery and being chosen. I just thought I was coming to, honestly, I really didn't expect all of this. But to know that I was chosen to be somewhat of an icon, it makes me, the work that I put into dancehall, I really feel appreciative of everything.
So since you were here on the opening night, you would see that the whole room was full, upstairs and downstairs.
Okay.
But as you said, you were not aware of that. And now that you are, were you satisfied with the overall turnout of this exhibition?
Yes, I am. Lisa Bailey, she did a wonderful job capturing a moment and making it into a still memory that will continue on for generations to come. I'll know about it. I'll tell my younger ones will come and know of it because it's our history. You know, it's a history of dancehall. It's Black people's history, and I couldn't come up with a better way to express it. You know, to express it all. And you might look and say, "Oh, I remember that party. I remember that event. I remember this." And to know that Lisa was in the dancehall with her camera, you're not knowing the value of what she's capturing when she's behind that scene. I'm so proud of her. Congratulations, Lisa, for doing this for us here in dancehall.
Thank you, Nikki.
We meet Empress, who at the age of 15 hit the dancehall scene with a vengeance. Empress, good morning. Welcome to CBM at Sunrise.
Morning, ladies.
That voice, right?
Amazing. You wait till she talk some more. She says she can change it too. Empress, you entered the dance hall scene when you were 15.
When I was 15.
What are you singing about in the dance hall at 15, please?
Well, even before then, prior to 15 years old, I was writing and just about life and being a little girl. But in the dance hall scene at 15 years old, I was talking about looking cute, being beautiful, dressing up, clothes, gear, you know, things that a young lady's dreams about. You know, picket fence, you know, nice house, all those things. So that's what I was DJing about at that time.
So now that you're more mature and you've really come into your own as a woman, what do you sing about now?
Well, what I sing about now, I've evolved into an empress. At that time, at 15, I was Lady Lyrics. I evolved into empress. And what I sing about now is tribulations, obstacles, overcoming tribulations in life, because I see myself as a servant of the Lord, and I see myself as a role model. So I said the songs that I sing and the songs that the Lord has blessed me with, basically it's positive music to uplift people's minds. Because as a single mother, I think it's very important for me to let other sistrins and other people in general know that you can overcome your obstacles.
Okay. What you don't live in Jamaica anymore?
No.
What, you live in Canada?
I live in Canada. I left Jamaica when I was 3.
Yeah. Do you find that has...
Coming back to the serious topic now, I want to ask you ladies, what was your experience in witnessing any kind of violence in dancehall? Starting with you, Lisa West?
You know, I'm gonna preempt her because she's
okay, Janet first.
You know why? You know, I know what you're gonna say.
One? No, I'm gonna say a different one.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a real different one. I know the one. I'll let you say that one.
All right.
Because we've been friends for over like 20 years, and one thing I want to also say about when you meet people in the dance
Remember we were one.
Yeah, true, exactly. You just have everlasting friendships, and people there's fraternity. Yeah, fraternity. And I find with me, I think there's a respect that a lot of people, they recognize what you do above and beyond the dance hall.
When they feel you're doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have something to contribute, they love you.
Very true. Right. Very true. And I've gotten a lot of that in dance hall where people see me and they recognize who I am, either from the radio or from doing my publicity or doing things like that, and it's really, really heartwarming and it feels good. But the only thing that I really would say that I've witnessed violence in the dance hall. I've been in a venue where there has been, violence, use of guns and shots fired, as they say. And you know what? It's a very, very, very scary situation. And you do feel your life is in danger and you're about to end. And I've had that happen, and I never want to experience that. I don't want my child, my godchildren, my niece, like if I ever have any of your family. Right. But again, in terms of, that's only part. And I think that when you have news and when you have media, that's what sells. So that's what they focus on, but they're not going to focus on the good things. Like when somebody does pass away, people will take up a collection, or people will. Even if it's passing away for anything, it doesn't have to be violence, because we as African people, we don't just die of gunshots. We die of disease. There's accidents, there's all sorts of different things. So they're not showing that part. They're not showing the education. They're not showing we've had symposiums. We've had groups. We've had organizations started through dancehall. We've had the sound systems organization. We've had people trying to get together, promoters, organizations. We've had women just working with women, each of us, and connecting with each other, and just trying to get people who are like-minded together. We celebrate Lisa and being, you know, a woman in a dance, doing something different, and just showcasing her amazing, just emotional and just vibrant art. So I think with me, I haven't really experienced a lot of violence in the dance hall, but when I have experienced it, I've always had people around me to help.
But you see,
never felt alone.
But what you were saying is right, because at Lisa's event, if it was something of the other than dancehall, you would have seen the extreme, like, media there.
Yes.
And, you know, Lisa's event was, like, overwhelming. It was packed. Like, I mean, they were saying something about, they were not expecting so many people there.
They weren't expecting so much
there wasn't
people.
Enough seats.
They were saying that it's like, I was actually, thanks for bringing it downtown.
Right.
Because it's like, it's so far removed. Dancehall has been so negative, and you guys are saying that you haven't experienced a lot of violence. Unfortunately, I have been in the midst of it. I've actually seen people draw their last breath on the dance floor. I myself has been brutally attacked, like beaten up in dance. You know, I've seen people die. I've seen people shot. Epiphany beer bottles. I've seen girls ice pick each other. I've seen acid thrown on people. I've seen a lot of things over the years, and it's like a growing pain.
Right.
It's like a growing pain because before it was man and man fighting, right? Then guns came into play.
Yeah.
Well, no, before guns there was acid
and knife
and ice pick, right? And after that, guns came in, and since guns has come in, it hasn't left. But the thing is that we've gotten so desensitized. At least I know I have. When I first went to dance and I heard a gunshot, I'd go like that. When after being in dance a few years, I heard a gunshot. It's like, okay,
and that's
let me just stand up. I don't even need to see where it's coming from. Let me hear where it's coming from. So okay, it's coming from over there. I take a wall, I brace like this, and I'm like this. I will not get flat, and I will not run. Because that's when you end up.
But that's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So that's a coping mechanism. And I think I want to bring up the point that, remember, violence is indicative of every society and every situation. You could be
every genre
too. And you know what? I think that when you hear about a violent incident that happens at a dance club in Vaughan, Ontario, for our international viewers, you won't hear about it because it's predominantly a non-African or non-black club.
Right.
So everything is on the DL, down low. But if it's a club that predominantly black people and African people of African descent frequent, you're going to see it blown up in the media.
And also, I will say, if they're lucky enough to take it to a club that's non-black, like I said, downtown venue, and something unfortunate happens,
it's minimized.
Yes.
But make it be uptown, West End.
With predominantly black-owned and operated clubs.
Over, because I've actually been in clubs that people have gotten shot, and the next day the clubs downtown are open.
Yes.
And if it's uptown, that club is locked down because of investigation, and then next week is another name, or you know.
So, but then, you know what? I was thinking that talks to the music again. It all ties back because you mentioned that it's an unfortunate circumstance. You brought up the point. Well, we all brought up the point or agreed that, you know, it's exacerbated when it is in our community. But there's always that flip side of the coin because as much as it is a scary situation, there's a resiliency because you said, you know, now I know how, and you brought up a coping mechanism. It's like, listen to some of the lyrics.
Yes.
You know, when we bring up a lyrical explanation of how we stick to the dance hall. Because what happens the next people, oh my gosh, you hear what happened? So dead.
It'll come out in more abundance.
Where are we hearing it? At the dance.
We're there. Having fun.
We're there.
And you know, the lyrics have changed. You know, the lyrics from the 80s to the 90s, I mean, it's gone through a change. It's gone through an evolution, as we say. And I think people have made real strides in terms of artists and entertainers in saying that there's got to be more than just the gun lyrics and and what sells. And you're seeing artists and more women also coming out.
I was just gonna say
more women,
they also more women,
more women coming out. We did have the Patras. We did have, and you know, Patra.
The Carla Marshall.
The Carla Marshall Clean Content, and we did have that. And we, you know, sex does sell, and we know that. Violence,
She's always there though. She's my friend.
But bottom line is, I think a lot of artists have seen, we see the onset of Sizzla Kalonji, and we see the onset of Tanya Stevens doing a lot more. Wayne, especially Tanya doing a lot more of the, how women feel, and when you lie with a gangster, you know what's going on with a gangster, so you're just as culpable. So I think that's also kind of, it's a microcosm of, but it's also an agent of change. Kids are listening. Kids are listening, and and if you put out more good music, and if some of the radio DJs out there,
they don't want to play that because in all honesty, all the conscious dancehall stuff do not sell.
Actually, I wouldn't say
that. No, you do the slackers because with wine for nobody.
Okay, I like that.
But you know what? Thank you. So what to say? It's not necessarily in that context. It's not necessarily the lyrics that people listen to because I'll go to a dance. It's the beat.
It's
the
rhythm.
I stand up and start to listen to it.
Right.
I don't want to dance.
But no, if you listen to the one you're saying, right? The beat just gets you moving. Like at first, I didn't even know what they were saying.
But that's African.
But that's what I said. That's what got me when I started. When I was like a little kid, basically 13. I didn't understand half of it. But it was the rhythm, it was the vibe.
There's some songs you don't want to dance to, but there's some songs that you have to, but it's all about art.
Yeah,
it's all about art. It's not that I'm going to go out there and do something negative to me or my brother or my sister. It's about art.
So you know what? The beat is there, but at the same time, like from the violence that I've witnessed, just like Lisa said, I've witnessed people last breath. I've witnessed friends run away, left their friends there, and I'm like, wow, my friend is dying. Like, how do you do that? Like afterwards. But then I also got, accustomed to just hearing the shot and just say, okay, that's a shot, blah, 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 and you just move on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to remember that dancehall, it's like 90% fun and maybe 10 or 5% violence.
I'd say 1% violence. And the unfortunate part about it is that you see me, the females that are necessarily working in the scene, sorry, Mr. Director, the people that are working in the scene, it's like when after a gunshot fire, gunman, whoops, gone. And we are the ones that get accosted. I spent like 4 or 5 hours sometimes before you go home waiting.
Yeah.
Police
But they got to do their job.
Have your ID.
They got to do their job.
Gunman gone.
But you know what? With all that being said, yes, Director, we got you. We got you.
We got you.
Ladies of dancehall, okay? This is like, what should I say? Fraternity, okay? So we can talk.
Yeah.
Okay, Director?
We got it.
We got you.
G&G Beauty Supply and Salon, located at 29A2 Lakeshore Boulevard. Check us out for your beauty supply needs: cuts, shampoo, coloring, texturizing, and we carry an extensive line of products, wigs, and extensions. Find the look that's right for you and your lifestyle. Contact us at 416-850-7440 or look us up online, G&G Beauty Supply and Salon.
Welcome back to the industry. We're back and we're full black.
Yeah,
so ladies too, make that at it.
That's right, baby.
Coming back to the topic now, we're talking about fashion and dancehall. I don't want to say nothing about this episode. I saw the pictures you took, Lisa. I was like, what is that?
Chanel is in her plastic suit.
Lord.
I started dance and it was plastic. I used to be a seamstress at the time.
Wow.
And I literally, I know. Then literally, this is why I stopped too. They would go out and buy the plastic shower curtains.
Wow.
They would come. There was a dance on Saturday, and they'd bring it to me on the Thursday night for Saturday. And I'm not talking about one. I'm talking like 5 or 6 customers. They were so demanding. That's another thing about us in dancehall. We're very demanding. We want what we want. We want it. So what? From plastic, I saw sequins. I saw linen, silk. Leather, and now they're into couture.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot the lingerie.
Lingerie.
Yeah. But now they're into couture stuff now. And when I see stuff like I was saying before, I used to see stuff on TV, and then people would bring it into dance.
Right.
Now I see people taking stuff from dance and bringing it onto TV.
When you started on industrial fashion, we didn't get to showcase that yet, but we did the industrial fashion designer for New York
Fashion Week. Yeah.
He's actually doing Fashion Week
He's
right
very
now.
good.
And
Yeah.
he's actually went to Jamaica, and he's like, whoa, I like reggae.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
He's incorporated the colors and the flavor, just the brightness and vibrance in his fashion.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that going to dance and just being in awe of how women put themselves together. Have to pick up Jackie.
Jackie Royal, I'm sorry.
Have to pick up Jackie.
Ballroom dresses all the time.
All the time.
Elegant.
Hair, makeup, impeccably done. Some other people.
Nikki Hype.
But Nikki Hype is now.
Yeah.
Talking about
Actually, Nikki Hype is around 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, but not longer than
not like Jackie, not like who else? Give me some other names.
Well, there's Pat Offsetta.
Right?
There's Nikki Hype.
Nikki Hype.
You know what? I'm sorry. I have to say
Trendsetter.
put her
But
in
you
the
know, you do, but this generation, we're talking about our generation, where we would sit and dance and wait for people like Jackie to come and say, what is the latest, what he's doing.
But from our generation, it was like Bornos.
Right.
Those ladies.
No, don't forget Lummy Duffy too. She had her lingerie and everything going. Yvette.
All right, Yvette with her lashes, because now Yvette with her lashes.
Yes.
But you know what? It's like
Stella.
And you know what?
But Lady Shaba is the original dancehall queen. Because when she walks out,
absolutely,
the more naked she was, the better it was. Because people came out to see her.
What she was wearing.
And she was so
everything was under naked though. After a while,
they were under naked too. But these guys, you're saying you don't want people current, but these guys are within the last 20 years.
I don't want to say I don't want people current. I want respect where respect is due. Where those sisters brought it, that's real foundation. Because remember, that's hair, makeup, clothes. That's an investment. And remember, people have to understand. They set the trend.
You also have to remember the men too, because Chucky was one of the first men I saw in a plastic suit.
Definitely. A lot of men that came out. And, you know, again, it was our fashion shows. It was our way where we basically had our time to shine. A lot of people, what I know, too, that a lot of people who were in dancehall were working people. People who basically had their jobs, had their 9-to-5s, and this is a lifestyle. And bottom line is there has to be a money-driven, you know, so we can get this lifestyle to bring, you know, you don't go to dance.
Your ego out.
Exactly. So I think,
Tasha with Beyonce.
Yes.
Tasha had nothing before Canadian dancehall people. Dancehall people always had an alter ego. There was always some of their pet names in Jamaica, you know.
And bottom line is, Natasha Rosa said the same thing the other day. Who
sorry, I have to say, I should say that. I'm really sorry.
That's right.
Tasha got a bigger up. One of the only female DJs that's holding it down, Canada and worldwide. She's like a wicked song clash artist, right? And then also Sandra. Well, Guns N' Roses is her song, but also have to also mention Sandra Silburn. She's not able to make it too, and she's also one of the females in dance that basically holds down a male-dominant role in dance hall. You know, and I gotta give respect. She said she was like to be like she's not a promoter, but basically she takes like if you're keeping a dance, she starts from start to finish, and she gives you an end product. You know, because I've been in dance, I've seen police come in dance, and Sandra goes and deals with that. I've seen Sandra go and do a liquor license and everything else, so I gotta big those ladies up. You know?
Yeah, so
Tasha T and Sandra, thank you guys.
Yeah.
And I also want to big up some of the, again, these ladies here who are doing an amazing job.
And Christine, the promoter, too.
ieTV. We really want to say thank you to the cameraman and the director. I'm having a whale of a time, as they say, an amazing time. And I just want to say in my closing, because the director has given us a sign that I just want to say camaraderie, especially among women. Forget about the drama, forget about the fighting. That's separate, but I have some of the greatest moments ever that I've had in my life in dance. And I've always had a lot of great friends here, and I've always had a lot of great camaraderie. And us as women, Do not believe the hype. Black women, we love each other.
We work
well together, and we
well.
also support each other. So don't believe the hype. So this is a testament right here. So dancehall keeps strong. Ladies, I love you, mama. Spice, so hold on, don't stop the drama. We know say entertainment, but stop the drama. Because the time y'all come out, please do a new album. But y'all keep it up, and also. Mission me one big up with your new food.
Oh, wait a second.
Amazing. So all the women in the dance hall, keep it going. We love you and thank you ieTV for having me today. Janet, J love.
We're not finished yet.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Because we still have to talk about actually people in dancehall that actually made it somewhere. You were saying something, and I just wanted to go back to it. Because Yvette, Lovely Duffy, what was her name? Lovely Duffy?
No, her name is Yvette.
Her dance.
No.
People
called her that wasn't her name.
No, but it was iconic. It was iconic because when you mention the name, you know the name.
All right, they call her Lovely
but
Duffy.
Just to mention the eyelash, she
does lashes.
and
She's like one of the first.
And did you know she was actually on Breakfast Television?
Yes.
So she dancehall is not only about just partying.
Yes.
Just to let you know, some of these females, some of us females, actually including myself and all of us, that we actually work and we have we have a foot behind us. We're doing something, so it's a lifestyle. But we mean
all artists, because one thing I really love in Canada now is that you have a lot of artists that's coming on and pushing on, especially the woman.
That's right. There's a lot. And there's a lot of powerful voices that I did not realize myself that was available to us right here in Toronto. We're looking forward to the U.S., Jamaica, and wherever, but we have talent here. So this is what we're here for inside the industry. We're here to expose you as an artist, and by you helping us, we're helping each other.
And that's how it is in the business. And I tell everyone, you can't do it on your own. In life, you always need someone. Everyone, we all have to help each other in order for all of us to be successful in life.
Well, you hear that? And also, before you leave,
how would it feel like?
Golden Cook Caribbean Restaurant and West Indian Store, serving the best in curry goat, jerk chicken, oxtail, and many more. Also available for all your West Indian Store needs. Check us out at 2955 Lakeshore Boulevard West, or give us a call at 416-259-3003. Don't forget, Golden Cook Restaurant, we have the best in everything.
Welcome back to Inside Industry. My name is Lisa B. I'm taking over Chanel. I'm moving her out of town. Well, I just want to say it was a pleasure talking to you all, you guys. And we're just on the final set here where we're going to talk about where we see ourselves in dancehall and our position and where we see dancehall in the next few years or time to come. So I'll start with myself. As far as dancehall, I've not been in the game for a quick minute. But the other day I was reminded by someone that what I do is kind of missing from dancehall, because people go to dance now and they just take pictures, but they don't capture the scene. So I used to live in dance. Now I'm a visitor to dance. I don't know if I want to take up residency again, but I will be coming back out and I will be doing some more pictures, because I actually do miss the vibrance. I actually do miss the camaraderie. Like when I go to a dance and I see 50 people, I'm guaranteed to see those 50 people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? They're always going to come back. I kind of miss that. So for myself, I see myself going back out. I see myself taking more pictures. I don't know if I like the direction dance is going, but then again, I haven't been in enough to elaborate and say. So I can't. I'm not being fair if I say I don't like the direction. I have to give it a chance. So I'm gonna come back out a bit, see what it has to offer me, do what I do best, which is taking pictures and just meeting the people. What about you, Jay?
I think with me, I'm going to continue loving the music and continue supporting reggae radio that is good edutainment.
See, another word. Another word.
Entertainment. And I find that in terms of dancehall right now, I'm not seeing a lot of progression, but I'm seeing, in terms of Canada, I'm seeing more progression. I'm going to keep supporting people like Esco Juno Award winner. I'm going to support my son Isis.
Isis has grown.
Yeah,
Isis has grown.
I love him.
When he first came on the scene, it was a real.
Definitely.
You have to go like
I
this.
just love it.
But now when you hear Isis, it's like. Wow.
Yeah, I think the more we support, and when I say support, I don't mean like just big up. I mean like going to his fan page, giving him that advice. He's a youth that he will listen to you. They're respectful of the respectful. So I'm gonna be a fan. I'm also gonna help people when they need to be helped. I heard my sister Mishimi say that she wants to do consulting. I also do consulting. I'm doing some PR work. I'm gonna continue doing what I do. I'm gonna continue supporting sisters in the dance. I'm going to continue being a good mom, a good daughter, a good auntie, and a good friend, and a good family member, and a good community member. And I want to continue supporting people who are doing positive things that do not just benefit themselves. There's a lot of people in dancehall and in reggae now who are supporting it because it's going to get them ahead. And we here on this panel are not like that. So it's all power to them, but to me, I support it because I love the music and I want to see it go further, especially for the youth, especially for the people who want to get in it. So I want to big up people like Chronix. I know you don't. Chronix not hearing us. But keep up the good work. I use positive music, excellent music, and I want to see more sisters doing a lot more positive. I want to see the radio people support more positive lyrics. Okay. And Vado, you're gonna be okay, Bubby. It's my boyfriend. Oh.
A little.
We don't know yet. But Vado's a man. Okay. We don't know yet, but Vado's a man. You gonna be okay, baby. Come on.
There you go. You know, I think I have to echo the sisters. I've been not out for a minute. I've just been doing it from a different angle, and it's always the angle that I've been comfortable with, which is not necessarily out there, but still in there. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue to do that. And I love the fact that a lot of things are online. It's kind of like the new wave, and I like to follow that kind of trend because then it's worldwide in an easy, accessible way to the masses, to the people.
I love that. And also for myself, like growing up in a little village. Yes, I'm not afraid to say I grew up in the village, people.
I'm going to go visit her village.
Yes, listening to Bob Marley, coming to Canada and meeting people like yourself. And I mean, when I hear Bob Marley in the dance, like I don't care. Lisa knows. Well, I'm like Janet.
She's worse than any dance song, little queen you've ever seen.
Yeah,
because I've actually seen her dance. Oh my gosh.
It kind of reminds me of like one people, one place, like everything. And so, like for me, myself, a dancehall, like you all said earlier, it's about the beat. It's about the words, and unfortunately the words are kind of missing sometimes, but the beat keeps you going. And for everybody else, I would love to see like dancehall, like a dancehall channel one day, like what we're trying to do right now.
That'd be nice.
You know, because dancehall rules the world. And
so did I hear you plug for something that you're going to create then?
You know, we're trying, right, sisters?
Sisters in motion.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Okay, so, you know, this is Sisters in Motion right now. This is the love of dancehall. We thank you for tuning in, ieTVcanada.com.
Could I just give you one plug before you go?
Sure.
Okay, so the Evolution of Dancehall wraps up on the 16th. It's at 4th.
That's her, baby.
4th Eye Gallery.
Do not miss it.
438 Parliament Street.
In the words
and
of Karen
trust
Carter,
me,
it's a must-see.
It's a must-see. In the words of Karen Carter, you keep saying that, and I understand what you're saying. They're
Must-see.
talking about traveling.
Right.
My passport ready?
Japan. No, don't forget.
I'm
Me too.
ready too.
Jamaica, here we come.
Me, man.
Jamaica, here we come. I'll be on the Jamaica trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this has just been absolute excellent.
Oh my God, this is pleasure.
Thank you.
A pleasure, baby.
Action. Make it way.
Bye.
ieTV, baby. Don't forget. We're tuning.
Oh, Jaja, me savior, that's Julia, the creator, who's up now, I'm greater, big like me, I told her, who be